Hey, everybody, it's Ron Johnson, and this is the Ron Johnson Show on Locked On Sports Minnesota. It's draft week, people. The draft is here. The Minnesota Vikings are on the clock at some point, hopefully. We'll talk about who we think they're going to draft and what they might do, but also Timberwolves, Lakers. Shannon Sharp was real Lakers in five-ish. Can the Lakers rattle off 4 games to make his prediction true, or my prediction be true? We'll talk about that and much more coming up next on the Ron Johnson Show.
Locked On Sports Minnesota Podcasts. It's endless Minnesota Vikings talk with the diverse voices of your local experts. Now the Ron Johnson Show. On the field, in the broadcast booth, Ron Johnson is Minnesota sports. He's played with them, hung out with them, and grown up with all the big names in Minnesota sports. They're hanging out with Ron Johnson. It's the Ron Johnson Show on the Locked On Sports Minnesota podcast. And it starts now.
Hey, everybody, it's Ron Johnson. This is the Ron Johnson Show on Locked On Sports Minnesota, a podcast network. Just want you to know, this episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNFL. That's Locked On NFL at monarchmoney.com for 50% off on your first year. And for those that don't understand, money is king. Money is power. Make sure you empower yourself. Just get Monarch Money. It'll make sure your finances, who you pay, when you paid it, what you paid, all on one app, and make sure you stay on top of your financial situation so you don't end up making mistakes financially. Just go to monarchmoney.com, use code Locked On for $50 off your first year. Well, we're going to talk about the Timberwolves Lakers. We have to. And they got another game coming up. And they can get 2 out of LA, man. Definitely not in 5. So all that in 5 talk is done. So I that's what I'm praying for right now. I want to sweep in LA so that LA comes to Minnesota tight. But also the NFL draft is right around the corner. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. The Vikings will be sitting in the draft room. Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, we saw the infamous pictures and videos. They're about to do it again. And as I bring my producer to the show, Sam Ekstrom, we also got the Daily 3 coming up. Make sure you check that out. That's 3 questions. Spend about 3 minutes each today. But Sam, NFL draft, it feels a little, I don't know, like it doesn't feel real. I don't know for you. Like for me, like I'm working it. Like I got to be at US Bank Stadium for the NFL draft party with the Minnesota Vikings. I don't feel like it's here though. Like I feel like the other shoe hasn't dropped yet. Like are we wait? Is 24 going to happen? Like it doesn't seem real to only have 3 draft picks, Sam. I don't know about you. It just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't make sense. Like normally when you see draft classes come, I remember my rookie year. I think we had one of the biggest draft classes. You guys can Google that. That was 2002, the Baltimore Ravens NFL draft. But I think we had one of the biggest draft classes ever because Ozzie Newsome, shout out to Ozzie Newsome, one of the greatest GMs ever. Steve Bisciotti, the Ravens owner, he was taking over for the Models, who owned the Browns and then moved the Browns to Baltimore in the dark of night. And the Browns fans hated them because when we traveled to play the Cleveland Browns, I just remember there was not a warm welcoming. I'll just say that. I'm not going to even say what the people did and said. It wasn't warm. It wasn't fuzzy. It was very pitchforkish. Let's leave it at that. But the Models and the Bisciottis, that was the year they were transferring power. I think Bisciotti took 51% ownership that year. The Models took 49%, so he became majority owner. And they became minority owners, and that was the year Ozzie Newsome wheeled and dealed. He got Ed Reed in the first round. He got Anthony Weaver, defensive tackle. He got Dave Zostadel, punter out of Ohio. And then he drafted myself, receiver out of Minnesota. He got Terry Jones Jr., tight end out of Alabama. He got Javen Hunter, receiver out of Notre Dame. He got Chad. I forgot his last name. He was a DB out of Southern Miss. He got Will Demps out of San Diego State. And then, of course, he got Bart Scott as a free agent. He also has some other draft picks here and there. You can go through it and look. But I think we had like 12 draft picks. And then we had like maybe another 3 to 10 free agents. So we showed up to rookie, like normally rookie minicamp, Sam, have you seen it with the Vikings? Rookie minicamp is usually 15 guys, 20 guys maybe, and they invite some guys that are quote unquote just practice guys that are trying to make the team, or previous practice squad guys that are still trying to make the team and don't have active years. We had enough for half of a team with just the rookies that year. Like it was so many of us that the veterans, when it came to like hazing, all the rookies and first year guys, we were like, dude, if we all stick together, I think we could take these guys. And so that was the fun part about this draft. And so when you look at the Vikings with 3, like how do you have a rookie minicamp with 3 guys, Sam? Like how do you have rookie intros with 3 guys? Like we went to the symposium with all of our draft picks, and it was like, I think it was like 9 to 10 of us that got drafted by the Ravens that year. Maybe 12. Maybe 12 is a little bit far, but I know they got like 3 or 4 7-round picks. Like our punt returner came out of that group. There was a Lamont. I can't think his last name, but he was our punt returner. Chester Taylor. Forgot about Chester Taylor, running back out of Toledo. Came to the Minnesota Vikings. We had Chester in there. So when you think about that, we had so many guys. Like we had a quarterback, we had linebackers, DBs, receivers, a tight end, we had offensive linemen, we had defensive tackle, safety, we had a corner. Lamont Bright was his name. Lamont Brightful, yeah. So, yep. We had Lamont was a corner. We had Chad was a safety. Will was a safety. So we literally had like a full pass Skelly group. Like we had at least 14 guys to run past Skellies. We had linebackers, safeties, corners, receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks. So we were good. Running backs. 3 guys. Like so when they say, hey, we're going to go pick up the rookies from the airport, you don't need a van. Like we had to have like 16 passenger vans and a bus to pick us all up from the airport when we arrived. They could go pick them up in like somebody's Escalade. Like, hey, can we borrow your Escalade, Kwesi? Because we're gonna go make a run to the airport and pick these 3 guys up.
A Prius. Why the Escalade? Just a Prius. Just
save the environment.
Into the back seat.
Save the environment with the Prius. Ford Focus. You could take a Ford Focus to get these guys. But you gotta have the Prius special edition though, Sam. These are NFL draft picks. You can't go cheap with it. It's got to have the TV, got to have a place for water bottles. But literally, you could go pick these guys up in a car. And so when you think about scheduling practices, scheduling pre-meetings and all that stuff, that's going to be weird. Like if I'm the first round pick and I'm a defensive tackle, my meeting the first day is just me. Like there's not 3 or 4 of us on the defense. It's just me. Or if they get a receiver, or if they get a tight end, if somehow your guy Loveland, if he's there, or my guy Tyler Warren, if he's there, like it's just him. It's gonna be one guy. So that's what's weird. Like we in my meeting room with offensive rookies, we had me, Chester, Terry, Javen. Like we had a bunch of guys, and so it was fun. We had the jokes. We went to eat like going to eat lunch. These guys can just go to, they don't even need to cater a lunch for the 3 guys showing up. Just go to Jimmy John's and grab them 3 sandwiches. Hey, what do you guys want from Jimmy John's? Hey, what do you want from Starbucks? Like, just go get them a meal. Like, you don't need to cater it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to give them the red carpet and the 5-star. They got a chef and everything there. But Sam, that's what seems weird to me about this draft, like the lack of players. So in your mind, so talking about what's going to happen prediction wise, do you think it's going to be 3 draft picks and we're done?
So it's 4. They've got a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 6. So
they did get the other. I forgot about the because they traded Ed Ingram. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they got the 6.
I did forget about that.
Still a very small number. And if 4 would be the smallest number in team history if they only pick 4. Ron, I've got an over-under for you. I think that Kwesi signs over-under 15.5 undrafted free agents. And here's why I think it's going to be that high. The Vikings only have 66 guys on their roster right now. They need 90. Okay. So if you add 4 in the draft, you still have 20 left to sign. UDFA class is going to be huge, and then you leave room to sign a backup quarterback and maybe a couple other spots. But it's going to be the rookie camp is going to be all undrafted dudes. I mean, you're going to have your first round pick, your third round pick, and then a couple day 3s, and then a bunch of undrafted guys. So it's going to be interesting. But do you think they turn those 4 picks, Ron, into more? I mean, I think
do.
He's going to wheel and deal. Yeah,
I do. I unfortunately, Vikings fans, and I hope it doesn't happen. But when you look at this team and how they're made up right now, their complete makeup, everything they have, like Aaron Rodgers even said this. it feels like, and again, I still feel like the door is not closed for Aaron Rodgers in Minnesota, because Aaron Rodgers going on the Pat McAfee show, I don't feel like the door is closed. He was more pissed off that he got on a plane and went to the Jets for a 20-minute conversation to say we're going a different direction. Like, they didn't even let him explain what he thinks he can do for them. And so when you think about that, I think he really wants to go to a team that's a contender. I think he really wants to go to a team to show I can still get this done. And of all the contenders out there that are lacking a quarterback, one of the top ones is Minnesota. Now, not when I say lacking, unproven. We have no idea what we're getting out of this guy, JJ McCarthy. And so for Aaron Rodgers, he's like, look, that's a good place to go. They don't know what they have. But when you think about the potential to get more picks, because like you said, got to get a backup quarterback. Got to get this. Do you get your backup in the draft, or do you still go with a veteran? Your third quarterback probably has to come out of the draft. Your second might come out of the draft, but your third has to come out of the draft. Or like you said, undrafted free agent. I can't see them going with JJ McCarthy and 3 undrafted free agent quarterbacks. Now, they're going to get 2 to 3 to get through mini camp and OT, because you can't have JJ out there throwing 80, 90 balls a day, like to the main guys, like throwing and prep, but like actual, like pass Skelly, 14 plays for 7-on-7, 14 plays for a team, 20 throws for 1-on-1s. That's about it. JJ, you're on ice. Go chill out over there. You don't want to burn his arm out getting all these throws with everybody. You got to have 4 quarterbacks by hook or crook. So if Max Brosmer doesn't get drafted, I can see Max Brosmer coming to Minnesota. I can see Max Brosmer making the team as a third quarterback. When you think about, we talked about Ryan Tannehill, having a veteran come in and be there. And somebody else said, like, it wasn't so much of who they want, it was how much the person wants that they want. So I think that's the conversations going on right now. Is like, what are you willing to come in and be for us, and how much do you want? Like, here's what we have, man. And look, let's shake hands on this so we can get through the draft, and we know we have you. So we don't have to waste a pick on a quarter, or we don't have to wait, So I think that's what's going on right now. Also, that veteran probably is like, look, I don't really want to be there right now. Like, can I come like for just mini camp? And I don't really want to do OTAs right now. As a backup, what do I need to learn? Like, if you don't want me to be the starter, do I really need to be there right now? Like, I'm good to go. I can see Kevin O'Connell suiting up. Maybe Kevin O'Connell suits up a la the longest yard.
Josh McCown.
Josh McCown is
closer to his
sooner.
Career than
It
is. Yeah.
It is. Josh McCown could be the third emergency quarterback. I don't know if there's a rule about that, but I would love to have that conversation. Is that a potential? Could you have a backup quarterback be your coach?
So when Terrence Newman, he retired or resigned, I think the Vikings told him, hey, we're going to cut you. Do you want to be a coach? And he was on the staff in, what was it, 2017, Ron? 2016. And I believe I remember hearing that there was a rule against him suiting up. Like, he would not have been allowed to play for the team, to just go from coach to player. I think I remember
it's got to be. Yeah, it's probably got to be some type of paperwork where he has to be able to, like, you have to clear waivers first, and then you got to go through some stuff. So there's probably some stuff to it, because same with Josh McCown. Who knows how he left the team or how he left the NFL? Maybe he has to clear. That would be funny too if he tried to come back and then they're like, wait, you got to clear waivers first. And then all of a sudden, that time it's the Jets and they suck, and they're like, hey, we actually want Josh McCown to be our quarterback. So no, he's not going to be a Minnesota Viking. But that would be interesting. But no, when you look at the way this is going to pan out, I say yes for sure. They probably, unfortunately, Vikings fans, they probably do trade out of the first round, because draft capital in the second and third round is actually pretty good. Like, when you look at these guys, like, this is the year where I don't feel like any of the first round names scream. Like, when I'm looking at these first round names, and so this is just the big board by one of the NFL affiliate, CBS, and then NFL combined, right? So you got Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, Tatero McMillan, the receiver out of Arizona. He's really good, really fast. Will Campbell, offensive tackle out of LSU. Jalen Walker, edge rusher out of UGA. You got Kelvin Banks Jr., that's the other offensive tackle out of Texas. You got Ashton Jeanty, the big name running back. You got Colston Loveland at 12. You got Mike Green. You got Jahad Campbell, Luther Burden, Walter Nolan, Josh Simmons, Ohio State's offensive tackle. Will Johnson has dropped to 17, cornerback. Maybe the Vikings. Maybe he dropped to 17.
That'd be sweet.
Maybe the Vikings trade up to get him and do something crazy. You got Malachi, the safety from Georgia. I wouldn't do that.
Safeties from Georgia. We've got some PTSD.
James Pierce Jr., Tennessee edge rusher. Matthew Golden, Texas wide receiver. Tyler Booker. That's Julia's guy. You got a lot of Georgia guys. Mikael Williams. Like, man, there's a lot of Georgia guys on this list. Shador Sanders at 28. Emeka Ibuka, 29. Tyler Warren, 30. So Tyler Warren might be there, Sam. Everybody keeps saying he's not going to be there. They have him right now as 30. 6'6", 256. Keep an eye on that for the Minnesota Vikings.
I know I'm a Loveland guy, but
he's at 12.
That's hard to believe that Loveland is. This is just a big board. This
is just a big board. This is just a big board.
Better than Warren. That's
the big board, because if I go to tight ends, just tight ends, 1 and 2. But yeah, they have 12 and 30. Like, they have potential pick Colston Loveland 12, 6'6", 250. And then Tyler Warren, 6'6", 256. And honestly, if you watch the two of them play, Colston Loveland looks way taller than Tyler Warren. Like, Tyler Warren doesn't look 6'6" to me. I mean, this is the deal, so I'm guessing he got measured, but I don't feel like he doesn't look 6'6". Like, he reminds me of Dallas Clark more so than 6'6". He looks 6'4".
Stocky.
Yeah, he looks stocky. Like, but I guess he's a stocky 6'6", whereas Loveland looks long and tall. Like, he looks like Todd Heap, like a true outside tight end. But then again, after those names, Sam, so all the names I just named, there's nothing that jumps out there. Like, there's no names in that other than that where it's like, oh, this guy has to go in the first round. This guy has to. Like, I'm looking in the second round, Kenneth Grant at 36. Like, Amarion Hampton, if you want to go get running back, he's at 38. Like I said, my guy Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State, he's in the second round at 39. Like, I feel like there's way more money in the second round, and names Ariante Ursery, if you want to get a swing tackle in the second round, he's there. Like Jackson Dart, if you want a backup quarterback, or maybe a starter, I don't know. Like, Jackson Dart might be the next Russell Wilson type guy. Like, comes in as a second round pick, and ends up winning the job. Geno Smith type. But yeah, when I'm looking at these names, like, just the guys that are in this second round, third round, Isaiah Bond, the receiver out of Texas, like Charles Grant, offensive tackle, like, there's some names in this second and third round, Sam, that I feel like if they get out of the first round, you probably could get a second and a third round pick, or at least a second and a fourth. You're getting a second for sure, but then what comes with that second? Like, do you get a second, a 6 and a 6, or second, a 5 and a 6, a second, a 4 and a 5? Like, a second and a third is a lot to ask, depending on the team you trade with. But if they want a guy at 24 and they really want their guy, like when the Vikings went and got Teddy Bridgewater, Xavier Rhodes, guys like that in the first round. Who was the other? Dallas Turner.
Yep.
Like, there's some people that want to jump up that will give you their second and third, their second, fourth, and fifth, their second, fifth, and fifth. Like, the Vikings could get 3 picks for that first round pick, and even maybe a player. Like, dude, give us your first, a second, a fourth, and a fifth, and then we also want blah, this guy. We want your fourth DB. Like, do you really want him? Oh, give it to him. We need a DB because we don't really want to go get one. We need a veteran DB to come into camp. You probably were going to cut him anyway, maybe, or he was going to be your fourth DB, your special teams guy. We need that. I think there's room there to do it. Now, again, it's going to be Will and Dylan. We know the draft day movie. Kwesi and I have had that conversation. But, Sam, do you see potential for that, or do you see them just picking in the first round? And if you see them picking in the first round, who do you have them taking, unless you think they're trading out?
Yeah, I think that they will be working the phones hard to try to get 2 day 2 picks. If they could get a 2 and a 3, I think that'd be the best case scenario, because like you said, I think that actually, I think if you fall back into round 2, there are more players there at the Vikings positions of relative need than there are like at 24.
Correct.
But if they stay put at 24, it's probably because, Ron, there's a player like a Tyler Warren that fell. I don't expect that to happen, but like you mentioned Kenneth Grant in the 30s on that big board. If Kenneth Grant is there at 24, gonna have a hard time passing him up. Correct. So I think you stay put for a very special player falling. But you know what is going to happen, Ron? The Packers are picking at 23. The Packers are going to vulture whoever that player might be, I think, right out from under the Vikings' nose. That's going to be real disappointing. I would say the Vikings, if they pick at 24, they will pick either a defensive tackle or a cornerback. Do you think it's going to be DT or corner, or is it going to be anything else? The DT, corner, or the field?
Dang it. That's a tough one. I really want receiver tight end because I'm selfish. I'm greedy. I like to, but you guys made some good points. Like TJ Hockenson is good. We know that. Like he just has to be healthy. Like there's no question he's one of the best in the NFL. Receiver wise, I think they're set. Like you have two already good weapons. You don't want to irritate Jordan Addison anymore with a first round receiver like Emeka Egbuka. I'd say D tackle corner. I think if a D tackle, like if Will Johnson seems to fall because of his injury, I could see that happen. Also, like later rounds, I do know the Vikings like Justin Wally. Like watching Justin Wally do drills with a cast on his hand. I heard one of the Vikings guys, not saying who, he's like, man, with that cast off, this guy, like if he can catch half the way he could catch in college, this guy's gonna be good. And so, and the Steelers defensive back coach said the same thing. He's like, man, that Justin Wally kid, man, because he and I talked for a minute, and he was like, man, that Justin Wally kid is legit. Like he is good. Chuck Pagano said the same thing. Like he was like, man, Justin Wally can move, because he said he was impressed by him at the combine, and some of the workout stuff he saw him doing. And so when you think about that, like Justin Wally could be a guy that falls to the Vikings too. Like if they decide to drop back to 3, second round, third round, and Justin Wiley's there, I could see him coming to Minnesota, because I think he has a Benjamin St. Juice. Like Benjamin St. Juice was a 3rd, 4th round pick and started. So like I think Minnesota, Eric Murray, same thing, starts. There's guys that come from Minnesota that just have it and they end up going out and being really, really good. Antoine Winfield, 2nd round pick. Tyler Newman, 2nd round pick, like starts. Like these are guys that are like 2nd, 3rd round could be starters. So that's why I say Justin Wiley could be there. But yeah, I could see them using that pick if it falls to them. I'd say yeah, D tackle corner. If Grant is there, like Kenneth Grant, it's tough to pass up. And even Mason Graham, the other guy, I heard on Florio on NBC radio this morning, him and McCourty were talking about it. And they were saying, when Mason Graham's name is called, because they were saying like what player is going to get the biggest cheer from their fan section. And a lot of people are saying like Shadur Sanders. They're saying the sad thing is Cam Ward's probably not going to get a huge round of applause, like because it's been it's been such a Shadur Sanders media show circus. Nobody's talking about Cam Ward. I was like, I feel that way too. I'm like, you're kind of right. I don't usually agree with Florio. McCourty, I agree with. And so he was saying that like, but they were saying the Mason Graham pick is not going to be like a rah, because a lot of people don't know what Mason Graham does at Michigan. Like he's an interior defensive tackle. It's like, what did he, he's, even when Aaron Donald got picked, I bet people weren't like, yes, we got Aaron Donald. Probably was like, oh, this undersized guy to Pitt. Well, let's see what happens. And he ends up being one of the greatest defensive tackles ever. So I feel like the same way it's going to be with Kenneth Grant. Like it's just one of those positions that it's not super sexy. But the one that I'm wondering, I don't know where he's going to go. The guy from Florida, the big 400-pound number 21, their defensive tackle, who's super huge, fast. Like I wonder who's going to get him, because he's played running back as a joke. Not joke. He played in the game. Fullback. Like if the Vikings have a chance to get him in the 5th round, I hope they pull that, because he is humongous. Now again, people are questioning like, as big as he is, how long can he play? Like how long is his body going to hold up? Because that is real life. Like how long can a human body hold up to that much weight? How long can a human heart go through that? Now they say he is a peak athlete, but he's also in his 20s. When
he's 464 pounds. I'm seeing
that's ridiculous.
464.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He's the heaviest player in NFL history, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, has to be.
Got to be.
Like he's huge. And I will say Daniel Falele, if you remember that story, he was up there in the 4+, and then he got down to like 4, I think, and then 3, maybe 390, now 380. But he was up there too. So, but he's built different. He was taller than this guy. But yeah, 460. It's a big human being. That's definitely a 3-4 defensive tackle. Just you sit up here and take 3 guys on, because 3 guys can't move it takes 3 guys to move 460. I don't care what you say. But the reason why he's not a 1st round pick right now is because a little bit of that, like weight, production at Florida wasn't what they expected. But when you watch him just grab a guy with one hand and throw him down like a running back, he ragdoll. He's super strong. But yeah, I would say I would not go the field. I'd say D tackle, cornerback. And that's the way it's going to go. But coming up next, got to talk about greatness. You got LeBron, you got Michael Jordan. I got a little, for those watching on YouTube, I won't show you just yet. I got a little Anthony Edwards surprise under here. I've been waiting to use this one, and it finally worked out for me. It wasn't, and I will say this, it wasn't a direct Anthony Edwards thing. It was just a gift I got for Father's Day. Hadn't worn it, just finally took the tags off yesterday actually, because I did a little photo shoot thing for Best Buy, and so it was a joke. I wore it because we were talking NFL draft stuff. But we'll talk about that and much more coming up next after a word from our sponsors.
We are brought to you today by Monarch Money. Do you ever check your bank account and you're like, man, where is the money actually going? Monarch Money helps with that. It's your personal CFO, and it shows you how much you're spending on food and beverages, online shopping, entertainment, kids' activities. It's not just a budgeting app. It's a total financial command center that tracks your accounts, your investments, all your spending in one place. It's all consolidated. You can categorize it. You can start building wealth, not just managing your money. It's all in one. You're not juggling multiple apps because Monarch does it all for you and helps you map out long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. I use it. I love it. Use code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNFL for half off your first year.
So we got the Wolves, Lakers. It wasn't really close at all. Like it never really got close. And for those watching on YouTube, so for those that are just listening on the podcast, make sure you guys go to YouTube. Go to youtube.com or go to the YouTube app. Everybody should have the app now on phones. Go to the YouTube app on your phone. Search Locked On Sports Minnesota, and then there's a follow button or a subscribe button. Hit follow or subscribe. Follow us along because then you can get the updates. But if you can read my shirt, it says you are now witnessing greatness. And I put this on yesterday just to do like a little audition video thing, talking about the NFL draft. I'm going to try to get this. They always give me ideas, and then I say I'm going to try it, and then I don't know if I have enough time to get it done. But I'm going to do like a draft day kind of show, Instagram video type thing, reel, where it shows my day. So like me waking up, probably started at night, probably my night prep, go to bed, wake up, get up. Thursday, it's going to show me on Locked On Sports. I'm going to be on with the guys on Thursday, making my prediction, I guess, to the group. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to, drop my kids off at school, go have lunch, do some stuff, take my wife some coffee. I'm going to do all the stuff I do my prep. We got a call with the Vikings again. We got one more conference call. I don't know if I'll be able to put that in the video, but I will definitely show myself on the phone. Can't give you guys any intel. Before the draft, after the draft, I always can talk, and I always tell you guys what was said and it worked out or it didn't work out. And then I'll go to the stadium. It'll show me pulling up. I don't know how I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get this done, but then show us getting on the stage, show us walking around with the fans, blah blah. So I put this on when I was kind of doing the test audition for it, and I was thinking, oh, you're witnessing greatness. Like Anthony Edwards, we're really witnessing greatness. Not only greatness in the team, but greatness in Kevin Garnett is now pulling for the Wolves even harder that Glenn Taylor's gone. Like, I hope games 3 and 4, he's there. Because that's what it feels like is leading up to him and Paul Pierce showing up for games 3 and 4. But for those who have not seen it, him and Paul Pierce have been getting into it about this finals. You can tell Paul Pierce doesn't watch the Timberwolves at all. Like, you can tell. He literally was like gassing up Austin Reeves and who's going to guard Austin Reeves. Who? Like, who? Like, no. What do you mean, who? Anthony Edwards. Like, all those guys can stop Austin Reeves. Like, have you not been watching this? Like, Jay McDaniels could actually stop Austin Reeves if he wanted to. Like, so you could tell Paul Pierce is one of the greatest basketball players ever. But you can tell he hasn't been watching the Timberwolves. You can tell a lot of people haven't. Anthony Edwards even said it in his interview. He's like, you can tell they don't watch us. You can tell they want the Lakers to win. He's like, I like that. He's like, because nobody knows about Nas Reed. Nobody talks about Jay McDaniels. Nobody realizes Nas is one of the best defenders. Nobody realized how much like I've been working on my 3-point shot. Like people just assume like, oh, he's got a good shot this year. No, I've been working on it. And you could tell by the way the Lakers' eyes were on Anthony Edwards. So much. Like in some of the passes to Nas Reed and Jamie, it was like poetry watching them. Because it's like, oh, look, yep, here's all three of you guys. I'm not going to even get close to getting a charge. I'm going to just stop because all y'all are scared. Kicked it out. Nas Reed was on fire. Now, again, live by the three. I always say this. Live by the three, die by the three. Timberwolves lived by the 3 shot. They were knocking them down. Like it just felt like every shot, the ball was on fire like NBA Jam. Like they were knocking threes down. Nas Reed was on fire. Ant was on fire. Like the best one for me is Ant Edwards, dribble, crossover Luka, goes up for the shot, but Luka's there. He passes it, shoves him, gets right back 5 feet back, gets the ball a la Steph Curry, and Luka gave him a little bit of space. He's like, oh, hand down, man down. And then he gives him the barbecue chicken. I guess that's what that is, the barbecue chicken. Hands. I don't know what that was.
It looks like a Spider-Man thing. He's got like the
I thought it was Spider-Man, but yeah, people are saying barbecue chicken. Who knows? But he did the little Spider-Man thing, and the picture was perfect with Luka. Now, again, you have to talk because Michael Jordan used to always say this. Oh, y'all want to talk when y'all are up, talk when y'all are down. Okay, that I get it. Michael was pissed at the Charlotte Hornets. That was the dumbest thing ever. Of course they're gonna talk when they're up. That's what you do. We're up. We're gonna talk. Let's see how Anthony Edwards responds. Let's see how the Lakers respond tonight. 7:00 tonight, right? Is the game?
No, 9. It's
9. I forgot.
West Coast.
West Coast. Oh, shoot. Yeah, West Coast 7. I keep seeing 7. I'm like, why is it saying 7? West Coast 7, 9:00 Minnesota time. Sucks. Just make it 7:00 here.
Not as bad as the Wild tonight. The Wild start at 10 our time.
Because are they in Vegas or something?
They're in Vegas.
Yeah. So that's is that an 8:00 puck drop there? Drop there.
Yep.
So 10 here. Yeah. I saw somebody said though on the East Coast that's 11. So if there's any Wild fans on the East, it's 11 p.m. for them, which means how long are hockey games? 2 hours?
Two and a half. And
so
then you could get overtime. You know,
so that's
hockey
like
overtime
1:30 in the morning, 1:30, 2 a.m. on the West Coast or the East Coast if you're trying to watch Wild hockey. That's nuts. Like there's got to be a better way. Like I get trying to get that night crowd out to a hockey game in Vegas, but there could have been a 5. Like Vegas doesn't sleep. So 5:00 could have worked on a Tuesday. Like nobody really has real jobs there. They could take off and get to the game. Like it should have been a 5:00. But anyway, different story. When you look at the Timberwolves, so people are going to watch 9:00 Timberwolves done at 11 and then a puck drop at 11 if you want to stay up and keep watching more sports. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I will be watching. And here's the thing that I want to see in this. So my reaction to the first one, Anthony Edwards was magical. We witnessed greatness. Like the ability for him to only score 8, because Stephen A. Smith put out a challenge. Anthony Edwards has to score 30. I want to see you score 30. Like clearly, dude, you haven't been watching this team. He's not taking the bait where he's going to just overscore. He's like, look, if somebody else is hot, and that's why I love Anthony Edwards. He doesn't care who's getting it done. We just want to win. And then when you watch some of the mic'd up stuff, which I can't say any of the stuff he said, but he was telling some guy like, I got 100 million, or we got 200 million sitting here at this table. Rudy Gobert walks by, he said, we got 300 million. Then he says explicitive stuff to the guy about his manhood. But that's why you got to love Anthony Edwards. Like he doesn't mince words. He's going to be authentic in who he is. And you could tell he has no respect for any of those guys. Now, not like to be like rude, but he's like, look, I don't care if you're LeBron James. And you could tell LeBron respects him because LeBron, I don't know if you saw it, there was a play that really stood out to me. Anthony Edwards gets knocked down with a Lakers guy. LeBron went over and picked up Anthony Edwards. He didn't reach to pick up his own teammate. He picked up Anthony Edwards. And I'm like, he's got LeBron's respect. Just go back and watch. For those that I don't know if you can find the clip. I don't know.
Team USA vibes, the chemistry from Team USA. I'm telling you.
And maybe that's part of it too. Like they're friends, or LeBron really Anthony Edwards doesn't care. He's like, whatever. But because you could tell the way Anthony Edwards is in LeBron's chest, he was holding him, and then he gets the foul when LeBron shoves him off, which I think was BS, but whatever. But when Anthony Edwards is on the ground, LeBron runs over and picks up Anthony Edwards. He didn't pick up the Laker guy. So that's 100% respect. Or maybe it's LeBron's like, hey, A-Rod, can you bring me and Bronny to Minnesota. Like, this is Luka's team now. I can feel it. Like, I want to finish out my career in Minnesota with me and Bronny. Bronny has a better chance to play in Minnesota as a backup point guard. Like, he's a really good shooter. Like, hey, A-Rod, like, come on. Me, Anthony Edwards, come on. Let's do this.
That's a good point, though. It did feel like Luka's team. Like, Luka really inserted himself early and often, and LeBron couldn't get going because Luka was so ball dominant.
It's Luka's team now. Like, it's Luka's team. LeBron might stay on for another year or two to try to, like, make sure Bronny's on the team, help JJ Redick out because he got him that job. But all signs feel like LeBron probably wants to go back to Cleveland or something, or go. I mean, because people are like, oh, he's got roots in LA. No, he doesn't. He's rich. His roots are wherever his money goes. He can go anywhere and get a mansion. Like, it's probably cheaper. It's definitely cheaper in Cleveland to have a 24,000 square foot house in Cleveland compared to, I mean, he again, billionaire status. He can get whatever he wants. But yeah, Cleveland, Minnesota, man. LeBron, come be with Anthony Edwards. Come be a winner. Come be a winner. But game 2, when you're looking at the game 2 situation, the Lakers now know Anthony Edwards can shoot. So I don't know if you watched the Clippers game last night. I didn't see how it finished out. I ended up going to sleep. Did the Clippers win?
Clippers won. They hit a big three down the stretch. Kawhi hit a big shot, and then the Nuggets had 2 threes to tie it, and they missed badly on both.
So the parts I watched, because I was in the office working a little bit, and I was watching some of the game. They want the ball out of James Harden's hands as fast as possible. Like, the Nuggets were like, we are not about to let you cook, because James Harden's handles, I don't know if it's just he's a lefty and it's just different. It's similar like Mike Conley. Mike Conley seems to always get to his spot. Harden gets to his spot. Like, that man can step back left, step back right, side step. He can Euro 3. Like, that, y'all can say whatever y'all want about his offseason workout plans and how he looks out of shape. That man can score. And so the Nuggets had a plan right away. Get the ball out of James Harden's hands as fast as possible. And Harden even split the double every once in a while and still got the layup. Like, it's like, dude, you're supposed to double close out, and you cannot be late to the double because he saw it coming now. I feel like the Lakers are going to maybe try to do something like that to get the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hands a little bit sooner. Because if you let Anthony Edwards get to a spot and then be able to force you late to close, now he knows he has a secondary pass to get his guys going. The thing I worry about in game 2, Sam, the cramping, like you saw Anthony Edwards' leg, calf cramp, and calf cramps are the worst because if they don't go away, you're done. So, like, I hope he's on pickle juice and Gatorade all day today, and I hope this whole couple days he's rested. Naz Reid taking a big spill. He came back in the game though, right? After he got in the head.
He did. I felt like the kind of hit where you go through concussion protocol.
Correct.
So hopefully he's
the playoffs. Okay. There's no protocol in playoffs. But you got Naz Reid taking the L, which I thought that should have been offensive foul. Like, I thought they should have reviewed that, and that was a play. That was a non-basketball move. Like, there's no reason to throw your arm this way to lay the ball up, because what's his name that did it? He's a former Timberwolves, right?
Vanderbilt.
He's right-handed, so you don't need to swing your dominant hand to lay it up with your offhand. Most guys that lay it up with the left kind of hold it with the right and then lay it up. He swung that arm to keep Naz Reid back and then tried to lay it up, which he missed. And Naz Reid took the elbow to the face, and then Jared Vanderbilt took the head to the ground because Naz Reid couldn't see and fell over the top of him and kneed him in the back of the head, which that's what you get, karma. But yeah, I thought that could have been like, hey, let's look at that. Time out. Oh, that might be an egregious, what is it? Flagrant 1, non-basketball play. But because again, if that was trying to think of who's some dirty players that they would, Draymond Green. If that was Draymond Green, that's getting reviewed. Like, Draymond, 100%. If Draymond does that to like LeBron or that's getting reviewed. Like, they are reviewing that because the Warriors are playing the Rockets right now. So if Draymond does that to Sagoon, review that thing. Like, Draymond, you're in trouble. Somebody else, Kevin Garnett, brought up a good point, and then I think his producer canceled this out. Anthony Edwards was on the tech watch list, right? Like, one more tech and he would have been suspended or something.
Yeah, and he actually got it in the last game of the season, but then the league pulled it back because I think they didn't want him to be suspended for the last game. So the league rescinded the tech. But now the tech,
but it's gone, right? For the
reset.
playoffs.
It resets. Yep.
Right. Okay. Because I heard KG bring that up, but then his producer threw that out like, hey, it resets in the playoffs. So with all that said, I feel like Anthony Edwards can't take the bait tonight. Like the Lakers, in my opinion, are going to try to get under his skin a little bit. They're going to try to irritate him. They're going to try to, like, Luka can't guard him. And I love when they set the pick for Luka to have to guard him. It's the funniest because Luka's looking around like, wait, y'all going to leave me here? Like, don't leave me. It's like you got kids. It's like when your 2-year-old or 3 or 4-year-old, goes with a different adult, but you're standing there. Like, it's like, oh, can I see your baby? And you give it to him. And then you're standing there and your baby's literally looking back like, wait, no, don't leave me. Don't leave. I don't know this person. That's what Luka looks like. Like, why y'all leave me with him? Don't leave me with him. I do not want to be up here with him. And so I love that now. Anthony Edwards looks so much more rested, not having to chase Kyrie around. You didn't see him make jokes or comments about who he's going to shut down. I think he learned his lesson in that last year. He's just going out and playing basketball. He actually you could tell he loves guarding LeBron because he's like, look, I'm just as strong and LeBron's not fast anymore. And so when you think about like Anthony Edwards and his ability to like guard LeBron, he loved it. Like he was like, give it to me. Like a lot of people don't like LeBron. They don't like dealing with LeBron. But he realizes at this age of LeBron, he's not running by me. He's not killer crossover, taking me to the lane. Like, and LeBron almost doesn't want to deal with Anthony Edwards. But for Anthony Edwards, it's like smart. Look, I can save some energy. I don't have to chase. LeBron doesn't do the Steph Curry. He doesn't do the Kyrie. He doesn't even do the Luka. Like Luka kind of moves and relocates. LeBron's kind of in one spot. He's not running around the court. He's in the post. He's on the wing, and he's at the 3. You can find him. And so I think that's why Anthony Edwards likes it. The goal is don't let Rudy Gobert guard Luka. That's the goal. Don't do it. Even if he gets switched off, help him. Give up, like rotate off of a shooter. Like rotate off of a shooter. Roy Hachimura, I don't trust him in the playoffs. He doesn't seem confident like he usually does. He has zero confidence out there, it looks like right now. So I would rotate off of him so that Rudy can run back to get one of the bigs or something. But get off of that. Like Austin Reeves, rotate to him, rotate to LeBron, leave Roy Hachimura, leave him, and then let Rudy run back to catch up to him. Like you cannot leave Rudy on Luka because that's when Luka smiles and he dances and he's going to knock down the 3 or get to his spot. And Rudy's kind of standing there like, wait, I told you guys to help. So that's where I go with that. Sam, what is your preview for this before we get over to the Daily 3?
Yeah, I still felt like there was some meat left on the bone for the Wolves. Like, Rudy, for one, really wasn't involved at all on the offensive end. I thought he'd be cleaning up offensive rebounds. I thought he would get some more lobs at the rim because they don't have anyone height-wise to compete with him. And that's why I love the matchup without Anthony Davis. I think if Anthony Davis is playing in this series, it's a lot taller task for the Wolves because he's been a kryptonite. He offers something that the Wolves don't really have, which is a scoring big who's super athletic. Without him, the Lakers don't have any teeth on the inside. Rudy is arguably their biggest mismatch. So if they can find a way to get him involved, that'd be great. DiVincenzo didn't have a great shooting game. He can be better. Nikhil didn't have a great shooting game. He can be better. So even if they cooled, like if McDaniels cools down, if Nas cools down, I still think they have other pieces that can carry the load. There's no reason why there needs to be an offensive setback when you have 8 players of that caliber. So I'm curious how the Lakers will respond offensively. I would guess, Ron, back to your point, I think LeBron's going to assert himself more. I don't think he's going to let Luka take all the shots, score 37 points, and get nobody else involved. Luka had 1 assist. That's not enough. He's got to get his teammates more involved, and I think that LeBron is going to take it upon himself to be more of a force on the offensive end. And then who guards him? That's the big question.
Yeah, but we'll see tonight. I'm looking forward to it. If the Wolves go 2-0 in LA, Lakers get tight. Definitely no Lakers in 5. None of that. That's out the window. Maybe Lakers in 6, but now the Lakers got to win 4 straight. They got to win 4 straight right now to get the Lakers in 5. I personally don't see that happening, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Lakers have something we don't know about, but I feel like right now, all the spotlight, every single bit of it is on the Timberwolves now. But the world doesn't want to talk about that yet. They still want to, Lakers this, Lakers that. The Timberwolves did the traveling. So now they get to come home after that. If they can get 2-0 and they don't have to even get they can be comfortable at home for the next 2 games, it might be a sweep again. They swept the Suns in the first round. Maybe this is how the Timberwolves are. They get to the playoffs, get the brooms out, people. And I'm going to make sure Shannon knows. Shannon's going to know. But now we got the Daily 3 coming up after a short pause. Now it's time for the Daily 3's 3 questions. It's been about a minute each today. Take it away, Sam.
Ron, this is an interesting one. Adam Schefter linked Kirk Cousins to the Vikings in a recent article, suggesting that the Vikings and the Steelers could be teams that would trade for Cousins and would pay something like $10 million to the Falcons to take off some of the big salary hit that he's owed in Atlanta. Do you think that fans would embrace Kirk Cousins if he returned as a backup?
Yes, I do. Now, would Kirk want to be a backup? That's the problem. Like, I don't know. Like, again, I think Kirk Cousins is a good human being. I think he's a good guy, but I also think that he wants to play somewhere. Like, and so would that be a problem? Like, he knows how good he was under Kevin O'Connell. Like, Kevin O'Connell got him additional money with the Falcons, like got him paid. Would he want to stick it to the Falcons and just come back to the Vikings? I don't know. But I think the fans will take him. I do. Mm-hmm. I think the fans will take him. I think the same polarizing aspect, though. The Kirk Cousins fans are going to love him, and the non-Kirk Cousins fans are going to hate him. Now, the problem, though, is, again, you know what Kirk Cousins is. You know what he was. If J.J. McCarthy struggles, is that a person you want? Like, do you trust Kirk Cousins to do what he's supposed to do, to not make it weird, to say, like, well, eventually they got to play me. I will say Kirk Cousins is a good guy, though. You watched him with from Falcons when he got the job, and like Kirk Cousins, I like to shoot elephants. So he's always going to address the elephant in the room now. That's his new thing. He's addressing elephants in the room. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, he's a good locker room guy. He's a good character guy. I don't see why not. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I think fans would really love him. I don't know how much Kirk would want to be a backup and have no chance to win the job. So for that reason, I think he's probably looking at Cleveland, Pittsburgh, maybe the Saints if Derek Carr is going to be injured. I think there's other places he would rather land to start. Mm-hmm. But if all those teams take rookie quarterbacks and there's no real spot for him, yeah, I'm sure he would like to come back to KOC, back to Minnesota, probably buy a new house, I would guess, and but come back to a neighborhood where he's familiar.
Yeah. What you got next?
Yeah, I wanted to get your take on the best NBA playoff series besides Wolves-Lakers. Which one has you most interested right now?
Well, I'm from Detroit, so Knicks Pistons. Also, Cat. There's some added interest and benefits of me watching it because I like to see what Cat's doing. Is that trade working out for him? Is it working out for the Timberwolves better? Right now, both are thriving. Like, but the Pistons did come back and finally they almost lost it. They had a big lead. I think it was like a 12-point lead at one point, 14-point lead, and ended up being like 94-94. Knicks almost made the comeback, and then the Pistons found a way. Cade Cunningham is nuts. He is ridiculous. And the funny thing about the Pistons, unfortunately, they're without Jaden Ivey still, it feels like. Like, Jaden Ivey coming off injury, that's the one piece people forget. Like, he's still out. So when you think about this Pistons-Knicks, I'm from Detroit, but also there's added benefit of to see, does Cat make it out of the first round, and do the Timberwolves make it out of the first round? Like, who is going to win this trade? We know who won the Lakers trade already with the Mavs. Like, that's clear. So now it's like, who won this Timberwolves? And maybe both. Maybe it ends up being both. I don't know. Which series are you watching?
Yeah, Clippers Nuggets has certainly been the best series through 2 games. They had one overtime thriller, and then last night was quite a thriller as well. We know Jokic really well. We know the Clippers really well here in the Western Conference. So that's the one I'm watching closely, and it's tied up at 1 going back to LA. I'm also watching Warriors Rockets because winner of that plays the winner of Wolves Lakers. One more question for you, Ron, draft related.
And Sam, now correct me if I'm wrong though, right? Yeah. So if the Warriors win, then the Timberwolves can host now, right? They get home court advantage because they're the 6.
They would.
Wow.
Yeah. And that could happen. Warriors have the 1-0 lead. Last one, Ron. Is there a generational NFL talent about to be taken in Thursday's draft?
Generational NFL talent. I'm gonna go Will Johnson, man. Like, I think Will Johnson. I think Travis Hunter. Like, I don't know if he's gonna get exhausted doing both, but I think, man, people are forgetting Will Johnson is a true lockdown corner. Like, I feel like even if he goes late, kind of like Ed Reed. Ed Reed was in the 20s. Justin Jefferson was in the 20s. Randy Moss was in the 20s. Even if Will Johnson falls to the 20s, which maybe hopefully falls to the Vikings. Maybe the Vikings get lucky again. Like, could you imagine that? The Vikings got Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson, and then Will Johnson all in the 20s. That's got to be historical. Like, even though they haven't won a Super Bowl, that's going to be historical luck in the NFL draft. But I think Will Johnson could be a generational talent. Quarterback-wise, I just don't know about Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders. Like Tyler Warren, but I don't know if he's going to be a first-rounder now. Like, again, this is all speculation based off what. But yeah, I got to go with, what's his name? I got to go Will Johnson. I got to think at corner, he's the most pro-ready corner I've seen in this draft. I don't know. Is there a guy that stands out to you?
You know, I think it's easy to lean on Travis Hunter and say that if he can play both ways, then that's a game changer.
Yeah, that's special.
We saw what Shohei Ohtani has done in baseball, being a pitcher and a hitter, and how he's gone global with his talents. And I think that if Travis Hunter could do this at the NFL level, that would be incredible. So
True.
I'm here for it. I still think that he's going to end up being one or the other. I don't know if it works out to do both.
Well, we got more football talk coming up for you tomorrow on the Locked On Sports Football Show. We also have the football party on Thursday. I'll be joining them to give them my draft picks. But tomorrow's make sure you guys tune in because we got some good stuff going with myself, Reggie Wilson, Julia Daniels, and Sam Ekstrom. Also, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Locked On Sports Minnesota, and we'll be right there for you. Give all your shows, all your daily updates. But of course, whoever the Vikings draft, we are going to be live on the scene to make sure you guys get all the info, all the intel. So stick around for that. I'm Ron Johnson, Sam Ekstrom. I want to thank you guys and have a great week.